So there's no me. This is the communication. This is what I'm always talking about. Just that there's no me. This me isn't a thing. It's not here. It seems to be. There's a seeming of a me. So what is me? What is this thing that isn't here? That's so important to talk about. So the point is, no me means there's no one who's connected to a story. That's what me is. It's this there's a stickiness, like a glue, an adhesion to experience. That sense of being stuck to what happens, being involved, being a victim, being determined, being carried along with what's going on, what's appearing. Okay, so we say, well, that's a mistake. It's an illusion. It's not actually ever the case. There are no two components to what is. There's not an experience, and there's not another thing that's being stuck to the experience, carried along, pushed around, determined, bound, limited. That's why the seeking. The seeking is that whole experience of being stuck, seeking release, seeking to get away from, seeking to get independent from this world of experience. The me is the one who's dependent on experience. That's why the seeking. That's the seeking energy. The energy is to become free of that, independent from everything that's going on. This communication, non-duality, is just pointing to always, that's an illusion. The configuring, the feeling of this in that form, the form of me and that, me being controlled by that. It's a power situation. My power is lacking, and I'm responding to that. I need to get that power. I need to take my power back, in a sense, from my experience, because experience has the upper hand in this dynamic of separation. Experience is, again, determining me. I'm dependent. It's a slavery dynamic. Well, philosophers have talked about that. I'm not going to get into that, but I heard Tim Kliss last week. He was talking about how, it was kind of, it came up, because you often hear about this non-duality, speakers saying, I'm not trying to do anything here. There's no one here. I don't have any intention to help, or, there's no one trying to help here or do something. I'm not trying to do anything with this communication. Well, Tim was kind of saying, no, actually, I kind of am, because this me is a tyrant, the word he used. And I want people to be free of the tyrant. I want my friends to be free of that tyrant. And okay, he said that. I'm not going to try to say what he was really meaning, but it's what I'm talking about. It's what's always being pointed to. This tyrant. The tyrant is the big thing here. The tyrant is what's always being responded to and dealt with in the experience of me. That's my life. I'm trying to deal with this tyrant that's controlling everything. I'm trying to get out from under the, the weight of the chains. I mean, that's the situation. The practical situation is that there is a tyrant in the experience of me. That is what it is. It's the whole thing. It's the whole dynamic. It's the whole created form of experience that is lived as me and my experience. It's just there's a tyrant over me, and I'm doing what I can to get free. Now, the point is the tyrant has no power. That's a tyrant that is imagined. It's a creation of a dream of a kind. But it's worth talking about. It's worth looking at. That's what I would say. That's why I do the videos. Okay, talking about this tyrant. And the fact is the tyrant doesn't have any, it's the old, the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. It's all bluster, it's all pretense, it's all smoke and mirrors. Everything here is that. It becomes obvious. It is obvious. It becomes more obvious as it's more looked into, more noticed. There's just this. What is not enslaved. There's no boundary here. There's no cage. And to say there's no me means there's no person. There's nothing taking this appearance and the appearance is simply an appearance. It is simply appearing as it is. But it doesn't include this this power to create an entity that is controlled by everything else, by the totality of experience, which is what the feeling of me is. The feeling of me is simply, I'm separate and I'm controlled. I'm controlled by my story. I'm controlled by what happened. I'm controlled by how things are going on. And I'm controlled by my sense of the future, my hopes, it's all one thing. And it doesn't exist. It's not here. What's here is something very different. What's here is not limited by that kind of story. It's not grounded. It's not planted in any place. It's not situated in a situation. The situation is the problem. It's like this. That's what the me experience is. It's like this. I know it. And it's a problem. Life doesn't ever get situated. It never gets formed, congealed, never gets put into that form of separation, a form of something happening to someone else, something else, someone, a me. A me can't be found, it can't be seen apart from everything that is, can't be known. The sense of I know, which again assumes it's like plants a seed in the middle of everything, and then this situation grows out of that, this condition, this life, this experience of being one who is in a story of, again, having to battle the rest of everything to to survive, to get fulfilled, to be, essentially. That's the way it is for me, but no, there's nothing that is needed to go on in order to be. The being is already what is, and it's not known, and it's not in the form that the me, it's not the story that me knows or that would tell. All of that is going on as a kind of crazy appearance, but again, no one knows what that is. Anyway.